Welcome to Wisconsin in Focus. I'm Benjamin Yount, the Wisconsin correspondent for the Center Square. Filling in for Bruce Walker, by the way, who usually joins me here on Wisconsin in Focus. He's taking some much-needed time off. Wisconsin is at the center of the focus of the national post-Roe abortion debate. The question of abortion drove Wisconsin's record-breakingly expensive race for Supreme Court. Wisconsin is one of about 20-something states in the nation that reverted back to near total abortion bans after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Roe v. Wade last year. What makes Wisconsin so interesting and why this state is in the bullseye for both pro-life and pro-choice forces is because Wisconsin is a swing state. Wisconsin is an important state in the presidential election, and Wisconsin is a very purple state. Milwaukee and Madison, deep, deep blue. The rest of the state, in some places, cherry red. So the question of abortion in Wisconsin is seen as a snapshot of the larger conversation about abortion across the country. On this Thursday, May the 4th, when we are taping this edition of Wisconsin in Focus, Wisconsin's Attorney General Josh Kaul went to court in Dane County, capital county of Wisconsin, to argue against the 1849 law that is currently on the books. That law bans abortion in almost every case except for when a life of a mother is at question. Kaul, who ran for re-election and won as a pro-abortion access candidate, does not like the law and wants to see it changed. In court on Thursday, he made a couple of different arguments, including one that there was a Supreme Court decision, the Black decision, that said explicitly you cannot use Wisconsin's 1849 abortion law to prosecute doctors who perform a consensual or voluntary for the mother abortion. That ruling also said you plainly cannot prosecute mothers for making the decision to end their own pregnancy. Wisconsin, by the way, has just 3 areas in the state where abortions are provided: Milwaukee, Madison, and Sheboygan. Kaul, in trying to challenge this law, had to sue, and so he sued the district attorneys of Milwaukee, Madison, and Sheboygan. Milwaukee and Madison are among the most liberal counties and liberal DA offices in the state. The DA in Sheboygan is the one who was in court on Thursday. And while the district attorney says Josh Kaul has no standing to file this case, he has no argument because he is neither a doctor nor a mother who has been denied an abortion, Kaul is pushing this case again as part of a national question. Everyone in Wisconsin expects the challenge to Wisconsin's 1849 abortion law to end up before the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Kaul on Thursday after the hearing said yes, but...
Well, first, I think we will see what happens with the motion to dismiss that's pending. The judge has said that she's going to take it under advisement and issue a ruling at some point. Depending on when she rules and what her ruling is, that could impact what the next step is in the case. The unfortunate reality, and I've said this since we filed the case, is that the legal process takes a while to play out. We filed this case almost a year ago now, and there are still going to be several steps in this case as it moves forward. It certainly could end up in front of the state Supreme Court and will likely be appealed no matter what the result is, but how that all plays out will depend on a variety of factors, and what we're going to keep doing is making the strongest legal arguments we can and continuing to fight to restore access to safe and legal abortion. How that plays out procedurally or when remains to be determined.
The judge in the case did not make a ruling on Thursday. That ruling's expected sometime soon, but that ruling, again, is just narrowly focused on this motion to dismiss. As the case proceeds, and Kaul said, again, in a separate answer to a separate question, that he does expect more appellate procedures as we go forward. This case will end up before the Wisconsin Supreme Court, and this is why. There was a record $40-something million spent on the race for Supreme Court in Wisconsin. There is to be a liberal majority, and when the case gets to the Wisconsin Supreme Court, all expectations are that liberal majority will find a way to strike down Wisconsin's abortion law. What the law will look like after that, no one knows. Does it go back to a standard of about 20 weeks? Does the liberal court find a way to say there is an uncheckable right to abortion in Wisconsin? That's why everyone is watching. That's why this state is the center and was the center of the national abortion debate. And that's why this case, this abortion challenge, will get national attention from here on out. You can keep up with this story and more over at thecentersquare.com. I am Benjamin Yount, in for Bruce Walker this week here on the Center Square, here on Wisconsin in Focus. Please subscribe. And of course, thank you for listening.